Hello, today I'm going to be talking about the two pictures that I chose for my theory to go with the ripple effect. I had one upper and one lower level classroom example. The reason that this theory works good in the classroom, it honestly can be, if you use it for a positive, it can be positive or it can turn negative because one single action is supposed to be able to influence the whole classroom. So if one positive action happens, that should turn the whole classroom to be a positive environment, whereas it could also be a negative action that happens that causes the whole class to turn negative, not paying attention, getting off task, etc. The more the environment is comfortable and relaxed, the students will work in. I've noticed a lot with student observation that the students like to roam around the classroom and choose their spots on the ground. I think it helps them think that they have more power than they really have, being in control of where they're able to sit. And from what I noticed, it helped them work a lot. And it was a good strategy that my mentor used a lot, was letting them earn the chance to work on the ground or work around the room in like the different areas she had. The students really read off of the teacher's language, so if there's a classroom where everybody's facing forward, all the attention's on the teacher, then, if the teacher's all tensed up, acting angry, just kind of rushing around, you can tell they don't have their lesson really put together, something's going wrong. The students are going to walk all over that. It's going to be easy for them to pick apart that and to walk all over the teacher. I chose the lower level picture that I have because it shows a really safe and fun environment for students in the lower classes, kindergarten through about second grade. I think those colorful, fun environments help the students look around the classroom and notice all the helpful anchor charts, or if it's posters that are helping them with a certain part of math or reading or any of that. There's little hints around the room. There's little cubby holes, and you can tell there's a spot for each student's belonging in the classroom that's very organized, very put together. There's a rug on the ground where I think would be a good spot for read-alouds for students that are younger. You could put each student on a square. It's a colorful rug with different colored squares. And overall, it's just a really organized and looks like a safe environment for students to work in. And again, it has, like I said, when I was in student observation, they were able to walk around the room and find a spot that they wanted to sit in. There's a lot of cool areas for the students that are different, like spinny chairs rather than the standard regular chair that they sit in at the desk. It's a lot different from the upper level example that I have. In the upper level, you can just tell it looks like a more mature classroom. The students are still in groups, but they're all facing one direction. So they're all facing the front of the classroom, whereas in the lower level, they're kind of grouped together facing each other. And you can tell in the upper level, they have worksheets laid out directly in front of them on their desk. On each desk, there's worksheets in a little folder. They're all facing forward, so whenever the teacher's up there teaching, all of them will already be facing towards the teacher. It's not as colorful and fun looking as the lower level environment, because I think once the students mature, they still need those anchor charts, those posters and all of that, but it doesn't have to be as vibrant and fun to catch their attention. I think by that point they realize it's more for their help than it is for the looks of the classroom. So overall, both images show that the ripple effect can be influenced in both classrooms. In the first classroom, if a kid were to act bad at a certain table, it could be that whole table that starts acting up that creates the classroom to get influenced to be off task and act up. Or it could be the other way around. It could be a student at a table that's maybe, or a whole group that's finished all of their questions first in group work, that can motivate the rest of the students to want to finish as well. And there's so many ways that you can turn that classroom into a positive environment where each student is rippled by the positive effects that happen in that classroom. The upper level, I really loved that classroom. I thought that it looked like a great environment for third, fourth, fifth graders, that, older level that doesn't need as much hand holding. And again, the visuals, I feel like that's a lot bigger of a thing when the students are younger. And the ability for the students to move around, I think it's a great thing for them to do, to just gather their own thoughts and, like I said, feel like they're in charge of where they're sitting. That just helps them put themselves in a place of power that, it's not as big of a deal to the teacher if the students aren't acting up and they're being good. Then if they sit where they want to sit and that helps them work better, I think that's a great strategy to use. It's important for the teacher to stay calm and relaxed and remember that the teacher can also affect the ripple effect in the classroom. If the teacher's acting very calm and, keeping their thoughts in their head and not letting it bother them no matter what's going on outside of school, the students will react to that better. And no teacher deserves to be walked all over, so it's important to keep all of your emotions inside of you without letting them show in front of the students.